Hello. Hi, everyone. My name is Eliana Robinson, and I am the partner manager at Verified First. I'm going to give everybody just a few minutes to log in, get started, get comfortable um, with the buttons for Zoom. So yeah, we'll get started in just a few minutes. If anyone wants to, feel free to add their information on the chat. So let us know where you're calling from, where you're from. We do have someone in the back answering any questions. So if you guys do need to ask any questions, we do have someone in there who will be able to answer those questions for you. But yeah, we'll get started in just a few minutes. Again, my name is Eliana Robinson. I'm from Verified First. I'll go over the housekeeping items. This session is being recorded, and we'll be sending out a copy of that recording after the webinar. With that, we encourage you to share this recording with any team members or colleagues that you think may benefit from our conversation today. Also, if you have any questions, we will provide contact information on the last slide so that you can reach out to Verified First or Access1Source. And a reminder that there is a Q&A panel. So as we go along, if you have any questions, again, feel free to jump in and pose those to us by using the question functionality in your panel. We'll try to get to as many questions as we can. If we don't get to your question, we can definitely email you at the end of our webinar today. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So again, like I said, my name is Eliana Robinson. I am the Verified First Partner Manager, and I oversee the relationship with Access1Source. I'm going to be your host today. We're going to review a few things about who Verified First is, why it's important to run background checks, drug testing, I-9 and E-Verify, and then we're also going to do a live demo at the end. We will have some time for a Q&A, so feel free, again, pop in your questions as we move along. Great. So a little bit about us. We are a fast-growing tech company on a mission to deliver cutting-edge HR technology that transforms the way people protect their organizations. And we do so in a variety of ways, whether that's through background checks, drug screening, employment and education verifications, I-9 or E-Verify. And we've partnered with Access1Source to provide the easiest, most efficient way to be able to effectively screen employees all within Access1Source's platform. And we're going to show you a little later on how that works. Great. So I'm going to move on to a quick video to get started on why background screening matters.
Hi, I'm Sarah. And this is Hank. Hank is applying to be a commercial driver at Acme. He appears to be a great candidate and has disclosed past infractions. However, he didn't mention he's been involved in multiple motor vehicle accidents and has had a variety of driving tickets. Additionally, he's been fired from 3 of his previous employers. With his history, hiring him might lead to a negligent hiring lawsuit and put your organization at risk. That's why vetting candidates like Hank through a PBSA accredited background check process is crucial to Acme. Not only can you reduce the risk of a bad hire, you can improve the accuracy and quality of hire. Revealing a candidate's history can help protect Acme and its employees. Not to mention, a bad hire can impact the retention of great employees you don't want to lose. To request a demo, visit verifiedfirst.com.
Great. So as you can see there, background screening provides employers with information to determine whether someone will be a good fit for a position or not. So failing to conduct that background check or ignoring the results of a background check can really put your organization at risk. So why do bad things happen to good people? A recent study done by Aptitude Research discovered that 39% of companies are not screening every candidate for roles at their organization. This is why not knowing matters. While we'd like to think we can trust every candidate, the reality is that without conducting a thorough background check, your organization might be missing relevant and revealing information about someone's past. So not only do you want to create a safe environment for your employees, you also want to avoid potential legal challenges. And if you're not screening for every employee, that could land you in some hot waters with some sort of discrimination. So it's important to make sure your policies are company-wide and across the board. Bringing on new candidates can be time-consuming and expensive. So you definitely want to take the time to have the confidence in your hiring process. But what would be the cost of a bad hire? Let's go ahead and take a look at that. So, talking about bad hires here, that same research done by Aptitude Research discussed a few costs associated with talent acquisition. The cost of talent acquisition on average is about $4,129, but the cost doesn't stop there. It's also important to account for ramp-up time as well as time to train a new employee. So when an employee isn't the right fit, the company spends about 6 to 9 months of their salary to replace them. So these are costs you'd like to avoid if you can. So while conducting background checks isn't the only factor to consider when determining someone's position fit, it does help establish trust and credibility. So I'm going to go ahead and pop up a poll question here. We'd love to get your thoughts on this. If you are here at our webinar, feel free to use we're going to do a pop-up window that you're going to see right on your questions there. And I'm going to go ahead and launch that now. And the question is, what technology are you considering adding or replacing within the next 3 months? And you can select all that apply. So if you're looking to replace your applicant tracking system, your candidate relationship management system, maybe background checks, which is why you're here today, I-9, E-Verify, or maybe no replacements at all, let us know. Also, if you're looking for a new payroll system, you could always add that into the chat. Let us know what you're looking for. It's just really good to know where people are today, so that way we know, what people are interested in changing these days. So I'm going to give that a little bit longer. We've got about a few people do applicant tracking system. Hopefully, if any of you guys are here for background screening, I-9, CRM, or maybe you don't have any replacements, go ahead and let us know. All right, so we'll keep it up for just another minute longer, and we'll keep going with our webinar today. I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. If you didn't get a chance to answer here, you could always use our chat functionality to let us know. It looks like people answered 100% for applicant tracking system, so that's interesting. We'll talk more about that as well. Okay. So let's talk about how screening impacts your organization. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up here. So in our ongoing effort to enhance HR operations, we've identified key areas where our solution can significantly impact your organization. So firstly, by improving the retention of quality employees, enhancing candidate experience, and ensuring the accuracy of your hires, we directly contribute to the overall strength of your workforce. So additionally, our solution promotes data consistency and accuracy across all hiring stages. So moving to the specifics of our offering, our solution streamlines the entire hiring process, reducing the need for manual entry and thereby minimizing those potential errors. This also increases compliance with regulatory standards, giving you peace of mind, right? And we've integrated our services with over 80 different platforms through our simple browser extension. And we haven't even talked about drug testing yet either. But today, for today's example, we are actually in Access's one sources solution, which I'm looking really forward to showing you guys today. So let's move into drug testing. According to recent research, employees who use substances tend to change jobs frequently, have higher rates of absenteeism, and are more likely to be involved in workplace accidents. They're also more likely to file for workers' compensations. We're not saying this is always the case, but these are the recent research findings. It's estimated by the government that substance abuse costs an employer about $82 million in lost productivity each year. So, on the other hand, employers who have proactively implemented a drug-free workplace program or drug testing solutions have observed several positive outcomes. These include notable improvements in morale and productivity, as well as decreases in absenteeism, accidents, downtime, turnover, and theft. So these programs contribute to the better health statuses among employees and their families and have been shown to reduce healthcare costs significantly. So implementing these measures are not only fosters a safer and a more productive work environment, but it also enhances the overall well-being of the workforce. Let's go ahead and pull up a slide. Now for this question here, if you guys could please answer on the chat, that would be awesome. What do you think? How many US drivers are arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol or narcotics annually? Is it A, less than 50,000, B, 100,000, C, 200,000, or D, more than 700,000? I'm going to check the chat and see where you guys, what you guys think. All right. Now, the first time I saw this, I was thinking to myself, well, it's only US, right? So the number can't be that big. So I'll give you guys a hint there. It might be bigger than you think. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at what the answer is. The reality is 1 million. 1 million US drivers are arrested annually for driving under the influence of alcohol or narcotics. And when you think about an event like this, it could actually happen pre-hire, but it can also happen post-hire. We get asked all the time how employers can stay ahead of any surprises that pop up after hiring a candidate. So, to me, this is one of the biggest reasons why organizations should protect themselves and implement an ongoing screening policy, such as once a year or every 2 years. A lot can happen in that time. And unfortunately, we can't always rely on employees to come forward when something like a DUI happens post hire. Another number here that I want to bring up is uh, around COVID-19, right? So, according to the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, 13% of Americans started or increased substance use to manage emotions connected to COVID-19. If there's about 329 million people in the US, about 42 million people started or increased their substance use during the pandemic, causing a growing concern for drugs entering the workplace and impacting our employees. So drug use is on the rise, and now is not the time to ignore it. So let's talk about some solutions to keep drugs out of the workplace here. A lot of you guys may be familiar with pre-employment tests, which are very common. But the other two tests may be a little less, right? So you can do drug testing for cause and reasonable suspicious activity within the workplace. So if you feel like there is a need to test somebody, you can do that, as well as random drug screening programs. Verified First does offer a random drug screening program that allows you to continuously monitor drug usage in the workplace by truly selecting random individuals to test. Great. So Now that we've talked about background screening and drug testing, which they're not requirements for every organization, I-9, on the other hand, is a requirement for every employer in the US. This two-page form is the highest fine government form, and it's only 2 pages, but it has a 70-page instruction manual. 76% of paper form I-9s have at least one findable error. There are an average about 3.1 errors on each form. It can cost an organization more than $2,300 per substantial form I-9 error. Clearly, this is one that employers want to ensure they're compliant with. So we partnered with Mitra Tech to bring our clients the ability to digitize their I-9 process, especially with the increase in remote work. Being able to streamline the onboarding process through a digitized collaboration makes all the difference. Our I-9 solution ensures compliance as it is fully encrypted and has a cloud-based solution that ensures data protection. Unfortunately, there is a lot of risk when it comes to paper documentation, and this does help to keep your employer's information safe and secure while also helping to keep you compliant. So this solution is already integrated within our platform, and it's just one more benefit you can get as a result of the partnership between Access1Source and Verified First. Great, so let's move on to our demo. I'm gonna go ahead and start the demo soon. If anybody wants to follow along, feel free to do so. Verified First is an extension, so you could actually download our extension for free through Google Chrome, Firefox, or Microsoft Edge. I'm actually going to use Google Chrome for this example, but if you do want to go ahead and follow along, feel free to do so. So what you're first going to do to use our extension within the Access One platform is you're going to download it through the Google Chrome store. The way you would do that is you would go to the web store, type in Verified First, and it should be the first option that pops up. So you could easily just click on it, click download, and then if you want to save it to your browser, that's fine. That's what I did up here. You will need a username and password to log into your Verified First extension. Once you've logged into your extension, you will be asked for an MFA code, which will go to your inbox, and you could just take that code from there and enter it in, and your extension is ready to be used. So once you log into your Access1Source website, you should be able to see the button under Employee Setup. And you're going to then click on the person that you would like to run your background screen for. For this example, I'm going to use Hank Mess, who is our guy from our video. And as you can see here, I've entered all my information into the Access1Source platform, and now I'm ready to begin screening my candidate. My button is already downloaded, so there was no fees or anything that I needed to do to download that extension. I can go ahead and start placing my order. So if you can see here, the information that I've entered in to my Access1Source platform is now over on the right-hand side. Excuse me. So now I'm ready to screen my candidate. So I'm going to go ahead and screen for a simple Social Security trace, but you can set up drug screening, background checks, excuse me, occupational health, credit and financial tools, motor vehicle driver, tenant, healthcare, and right now we're product testing social media. So now that I've got all of my screens set up, I'm going to go ahead and click on Send Invite. And this just lets me know that I have screened this candidate in the past 90 days. I could either auto order it, which as soon as the candidate has filled out the information, it would then complete the background screen and it would be sent over for the background screen to be run. Or I could do it manually. So the information would then come back to me. I would then approve it and then send it out to run the background check. I could also send my invites in English or Spanish. For this case, I'm just going to do an auto order. And then here's where it's going to ask you about drug testing. So what is your reason for drug testing? Again, we have some other options as well. If you do want to learn more about these options, I can put you in touch with somebody from our team. But for this reason, we'll just go ahead and say pre-employment. You could send the invite via email or text. For this case, I'm just going to do email. But for the text message, the nice thing is it does let you know if the telephone number is incorrect. But it does send a link to that candidate's phone, and they could actually fill out all of their information through their phone, which shaves off about 8 hours of turnaround time if they are able to get to that to those disclosures and that information quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and send the invitation. So now my invitation has been sent successfully. I can see the information here, the file number. I could resend it if for any reason my candidate didn't receive it, or I could withdraw it as well. And then if you look here in your button, it actually changed now to waiting on applicants. So instead of having to log into Verified First's portal, you could actually log into Access1Source, and you're going to be able to see where you are in that process for that background check. Once the candidate has filled out the information and all of their disclosures, that button would then change to report complete, which is when you will know that your report is now complete and it's ready to be reviewed. So you would go right back into the report, click review report. There would be a button up here that will show you that the report has been completed, and it would actually take it as a PDF. You could actually download it as a PDF. And I can actually show you, I think I have one here that I can show you that will just go back. This one here has a report complete button. So as you can see here, you could view the report, you could download it as a PDF, or if you just want to take a look, you can see it right there. You can do batch orders as well, which is a question I get common. You can do that. So if you do want to learn more about our batch orders or different ways of running background checks, please let us know. You know, you could always contact one of our reps and they can review all of that information with you. But that is pretty much our extension. It's really nice, very easy to use. It's free, it's completely free. So if you're looking to save money and you know that having to send it to IT or have somebody do that integration for you, it's already been done for you. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to our presentation today. Let's go ahead and move on to the benefits. So again, those text messages, they save about 8 hours of turnaround time. So very important feature to use if you're looking to save money on cost of, you know, someone in the office taking up too much time, or you're not getting responses back from candidates. This is a really nice feature to making sure that they do get those SMS texts. The report review and customization is awesome as well. So there are different ways that you could view the report, download the report. If you do want to get in touch with someone, they can kind of review that for you. You could also add your own logo as well. So that's really important to some people. So it's not saying verified first, but it would be your logo on there. We are very transparent with turnaround time. Certain counties may take longer than others, but we do show that information right through the extension, so you don't have to log in anywhere else to see it. And you never leave your HR solution, right? So you're always within the Access One platform. You could just work through it with the extension, run your background check, and continue working within Access1Source. So very excited about the partnership with Access1Source. If you guys do have more questions or want to look at some of the features that we talked about today, feel free to reach out to somebody after the call, after our presentation today. Great. So again, we're here to help you. I have our contact information there. Partner at Verified First will come to us. One very important thing I want to point out, we do have a 98% customer satisfaction rating. So if you guys are looking for a good support team that can help you answer your questions, go over anything with you, we do have a 98% customer satisfaction rating that will get you over to somebody to help you. So yeah. We're always very happy to help, as I see here Lauren wrote. Absolutely. If you guys have any questions or you need anything, feel free to contact us. Not seeing any questions on the chat that haven't been answered. But if you guys do have any questions, yeah, feel free to reach out to us at partner@verifiedfirst.com. Thank you all very much for joining us. And yeah. Want to let you guys know that at the end of our webinar, we do have a survey, which we absolutely appreciate it if you guys would fill that out. Just asking you a few questions about Access1Source, Verified First, and yeah, if you guys are interested in learning more, how we can do better. So I'm going to go ahead and end the webinar today, and please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions. Thank you.